Young and Restless early spoilers September 22nd to 26th. Victor's assault and Billy's risky bet. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week. Then we dive into what's ahead for next week. Billy and Kane's risky alliance. The AI scheme and Chancellor takeover. On Wednesday, September 17th, Billy and Kane Ashby Billy Flynn discuss joining forces. Billy has second thoughts because of Sally Spectra Courtney Hope, who thinks the whole AI thing is dodgy and of course illegal. Kane pushes Billy's gambler buttons to get him to commit. Billy tells Kane, "Okay, I guess Sally will come around." However, Billy wants it in writing that when the dust settles he gets Chancellor. Kane warns against putting things in writing, since what they're doing isn't entirely legal. But Billy insists on having both their names on it, so they are equally at risk on Young and the Restless. Kane expresses nervousness about Billy's emotional vendetta against Victor, stating he doesn't want emotion clouding business ambitions. He also worries that Sally might betray them, wondering if working with Billy is a mistake. Billy, however, tells Kane, "Get me the AI, and we'll take down Newman Enterprises. Don't worry about Sally. She won't make any trouble." Billy makes this promise. Victor's counterattack and Jack's growing concerns. Meanwhile, Victor is bragging about taking down Billy, Kane and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, all at once. Jack meets with Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and tells her that Billy thinks Kane is the path to what he wants and he won't listen. Jack says Billy forced his hand and told him to take back the money, so he did. AbbottCom is dead, and Kane and Billy may be coming for Chancellor. Nikki tells Jack she thinks Victor knows what Kane is planning, but won't say. Jack is worried about Billy and truly hates that Kane has gotten his hooks into his brother. Victor finds them talking, and isn't very happy about it. Across town, Sally shows up at the Abbott mansion looking for Jack and finds Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, instead. Diane and Jack help Sally. Diane tells Sally she is very sorry that the launch party got cancelled. Sally tells Diane that Billy is making a huge mistake. Diane asks for details, but Sally says, "Jack's the only one Billy may actually listen to. I really need to talk to him." Victor tells Jack to leave so he can talk to Nikki. At the same time, Diane calls Jack and says, "Come home. Sally's here. She needs to talk to you." Victor warns Jack that big trouble is about to hit him. Jack leaves, and Nikki demands to know what exactly Victor's threat to Jack meant. He won't answer Nikki, who says the Abbotts and Newmans don't need to fight. They need to unite against Kane. Victor is doing his usual thing, not agreeing or giving details, playing his cards close to his vest on Young and the Restless. Nikki wants to know what Kane plotting. Victor won't tell her, but he says he has Kane under control. Victor admits that Kane has a weapon but says that him working with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and Billy is foolish. He's certain he's going to defeat him. Sally exposes Billy's deception. The AI blackmail plot revealed. Jack shows up at the house ready to hear what Sally has to say. She tells him she sacrificed everything for Billy, and he's thrown it all away for Chancellor. Sally says she's worried she's losing Billy. Jack asks if this is why the launch was cancelled. Diane asks if Sally is looking for Jack to reinvest in AbbottCom, but Sally makes it clear. "No, I'm not here for money. I just want Billy saved." Sally reveals that Kane is planning something illegal, and Billy is going to be the one that gets caught with dirty hands. Sally then tells them Kane has this AI and how it can ruin companies. Jack is appalled. Sally says Kane wants Billy to use the AI on companies in Genoa City. Jack wonders if Jabot is a target. Sally says Billy is focused on Chancellor, though. Sally explains that Billy thinks he can make this happen without using the AI and plans to blackmail Victor with the threat of the AI to hand over Chancellor and to fund AbbottCom. Jack tells Sally that Billy was the one who insisted he take back the money. Sally is absolutely disgusted because that means Billy lied to her to try and get her to agree that it's okay for him to work with Kane. Sally is upset that she risked everything, and now Billy has basically ruined her life. Jack says that Cabe obviously knows how to manipulate his brother. Sally says she loves Billy and hopes he'll stop before it's too late on Young and the Restless. Jack, for his part, is very tired of trying to talk sense into Billy over the years because he never listens. Jack actually advises Sally to just cut bait and run. Mariah and Daniel's secret meeting. A brewing romance or something more. On Thursday, September 18th, Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, and Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, meet in the park behind Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks' back. Daniel confirms to Mariah that he didn't tell Tessa they were meeting. Mariah leaving town to get help and get her hat on straight. And she wants Daniele to check on Tessa, and Arya while she is away. Jack seeks Victoria's help as Billy's plan unravels. Jack goes to talk to Victoria Newman, Amelia Hindley, for some help. He knows Billy won't listen to him, but he thinks Victoria Newman has a chance to talk some sense into Billy after the alarming things he's heard from Sally. Victoria Newman has an incentive to try and stop this path Billy's on because she doesn't want him coming after Chancellor when her mom, Nikki, is running it. Meanwhile, Kane plays charming with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, but it's uncertain if it will work. Friday's fallout, Kane's strategy meeting and Billy's looming backfire. On Friday, September 19th, Kane gets everybody together for a strategy meeting. It looks like Phyllis Summers and Billy will be there, and Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, should be there. We'll see if he brings in Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules LeBlanc, or Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. Things aren't going as Billy is hoping and planning by the end of the week. His Victor blackmail may backfire, and he'll need to pivot. Maybe he finds out Sally ratted him out. We'll see. Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman, is eager to impress Christine Williams, Laura Lee Bell, on Friday, obviously about the wedding. Next week's Young and the Restless spoilers, betrayals, fury, and new beginnings. The week of September 22nd through the 26th, Kane isn't going to give up on Lily, but work-wise he may have a setback because of Sally spilling the beans. Daniel agrees to do what Mariah asks, and Victoria seriously considers intervening as Jack asked. Plus, Billy is going to be absolutely furious when he finds out Sally told Jack and Diane what he and Kane are up to. I wonder if Billy will finalize their split, or if he just comes at her the wrong way and Sally takes Jack's advice and walks away for good. Kane is soon probably going to be all that Billy has left. Obviously, Victor isn't going to bend to blackmail. Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, considers what to do about Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer. She may talk to Holden, who is trying to be a good guy, better than Kyle is. Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, isn't ready to give up, but things are getting worse because now she has no job at AbbottCom, and she may be running back to Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic. Realizing she has nothing and begging him to Genoa City is about to reach a fever pitch this week on The Young and the Restless, and fans better buckle up. From Victor Newman's explosive temper to Billy Abbott taking a gamble that could cost him everything, the city's power players are ready to clash in ways that will leave viewers gasping. The early spoilers for September 22nd to 26th reveal a week packed with betrayal, daring moves, and shocking revelations that promise to set the tone for the upcoming fall chaos. Victor's volcanic temper erupts. It's no secret that Victor Newman is a man who does not take betrayal lightly, and this week his fury hits a new high. Victor's simmering anger reaches a boiling point when he uncovers a shocking betrayal within the Newman empire. While the exact details of the offense remain under wraps, sources suggest that Victor feels personally attacked, and his reaction is expected to be swift and merciless. Fans can expect to see Victor in full force this week, confronting those who dared to cross him. Whether it's a boardroom showdown or a personal confrontation, Victor's legendary intimidation tactics are on display. He's known for turning the tables on his enemies, and this week, no one is safe. Expect the Newman family to feel the full weight of his wrath, particularly those who underestimated his cunning. However, the spoilers hint that Victor's assault isn't just verbal. Physical confrontations and tense face-offs are on the horizon, with one scene teasing a shocking altercation that could have lasting repercussions. This might be a defining moment for Victor, reminding everyone that he's still the kingpin of Genoa City, unyielding and ready to defend his empire at any cost. Billy Abbott takes a high-stakes gamble. While Victor's world is erupting in anger, Billy Abbott is playing a different kind of game, one with higher stakes and more personal risk. The early spoilers suggest that Billy is on the verge of making a bold move that could either secure his future or completely backfire. Billy's risky bet revolves around both business and family dynamics. With the Abbott empire facing pressure from competitors and internal conflicts, Billy sees an opportunity to take matters into his own hands. But his plan comes with no guarantees, and the fallout could be catastrophic if things go wrong. Audiences should watch closely as Billy navigates this high-stakes gamble, balancing ambition, loyalty, and personal relationships. Interestingly, this move may put Billy at odds with the Newman family, especially if Victor perceives his actions as a challenge. The tension between Billy's desire to prove himself and Victor's need to maintain control promises fireworks, making this week one of the most intense yet for viewers who follow every twist and turn in Genoa City. Shocking alliances and betrayals. As always on YandR, no move happens in isolation. The early spoilers hint at unexpected alliances forming, as well as shocking betrayals that will shake the core of Genoa City's elite. With Victor's temper flaring and Billy's gamble in motion, several characters are likely to pick sides, or try to manipulate the chaos for their own gain. One storyline fans should keep an eye on involves Phyllis and Lily. With Victor distracted by the betrayal that has him on edge, both women may find themselves maneuvering to protect their interests or exploit the moment to gain power. Could Phyllis make a bold move against Victor's plans? Will Lily step up to challenge someone in the Abbott family? The week promises no shortage of strategic plays and backroom deals that will leave viewers guessing who can be trusted. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Adam could find themselves embroiled in the fallout of Billy's gamble. Chelsea, always calculating, may either support Billy or quietly leverage his risk to her advantage. Adam, on the other hand, may see an opportunity to assert his own influence in a moment of uncertainty, leading to tense encounters with both Billy and Victor. Emotional confrontations and explosive revelations. This week isn't just about business power plays. The spoilers suggest emotional confrontations that will tug at viewers' hearts while adding layers of tension to the ongoing drama. Secrets long buried are expected to surface, forcing characters to face past mistakes and make difficult choices. Victor's assault, in particular, is likely to trigger deep-seated emotions among the Newman family. While he's known for his dominance, moments of vulnerability can make him unpredictable, especially when the stakes are personal. Whether it's a revelation about a long-held secret or the exposure of a hidden betrayal, the emotional fallout could be just as intense as the physical confrontations. Billy's gamble is similarly poised to ignite strong emotional reactions. As he puts everything on the line, his family and friends may either rally behind him or question his judgment. This week will test loyalties and relationships, creating tension that may reverberate for weeks to come. Anticipated showdowns. Expect face-offs that are classic YandR, tense, dramatic, and packed with high stakes. Victor's confrontations could span multiple encounters, including explosive arguments and daring threats. Billy, on the other hand, may face challenges from unexpected sources, including rival business figures and family members who feel threatened by his audacity. Spoilers hint at least one scene where Victor and Billy collide directly, potentially sparking a major feud that could dominate Genoa City's headlines for months. Fans should watch for charged dialogue, heated accusations, and power struggles that test the limits of both men's patience and resolve. Looking ahead, as Genoa City prepares for the fallout of this intense week, viewers can expect the drama to extend beyond just Victor and Billy. With alliances shifting, secrets revealed, and risks taken, the stage is set for a domino effect that will impact everyone in town. From business empires to personal relationships, the reverberations of Victor's assault and Billy's gamble are likely to echo far beyond September 26th. In the coming weeks, audiences should anticipate repercussions that will challenge loyalties, reshape power dynamics, and force characters to make decisions with lasting consequences. Whether it's Victor asserting his dominance, Billy testing his limits, or other players maneuvering behind the scenes, Genoa City is bracing for one of the most explosive chapters in the Young and the Restless history. Final thoughts. The early spoilers for September 22nd to 26th promise a week of unforgettable drama in Genoa City. With Victor Newman's wrath and Billy Abbott's daring gamble, YandR fans are in for a roller coaster of tension, emotion, and jaw-dropping moments. Whether it's boardroom battles, personal betrayals, or shocking revelations, this week is shaping up to be a must-watch for anyone invested in the fates of Genoa City's elite. Victor's dominance and Billy's audacity will collide in ways that no one sees coming, and the fallout could redefine alliances, shake family bonds, and test loyalties to the breaking point. Prepare for shocking twists, emotional confrontations, and high-stakes drama that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. One thing is certain. In Genoa City, nothing stays quiet for long, and this week proves that some risks and some tempers can change events on the Young and the Restless. Two of Genoa City's most ambitious players, Billy Abbott and Kane Ashby, are shaking up the corporate world in ways no one could have anticipated. As the tension between Newman Enterprises, Jabot, and Chancellor Industries reaches a fever pitch, Billy and Kane are teaming up in a high-stakes alliance that could either make or break them. Their weapon of choice? Cutting-edge artificial intelligence. But with risk this high, the fallout is guaranteed to be explosive. Billy Abbott, long known for his impulsive charm and fierce determination, has grown tired of playing second fiddle. For years, he's watched Victor Newman manipulate Genoa City's corporate hierarchy, bending every situation to his will. But this time, Billy has a plan, one that is bold, daring, and just slightly dangerous. Teaming up with Kane Ashby, the often underestimated and calculating strategist, Billy believes they can orchestrate a corporate coup that will put Chancellor Industries at the center of the city's business power map. Kane, whose smarts and analytical mind have often been underestimated by his peers, sees the alliance with Billy as a golden opportunity. He knows that Victor and his cronies always underestimate Billy, dismissing him as an emotional loose cannon. But Kane also knows that when paired with the right tactics, Billy's unpredictability becomes a formidable asset. Together, the duo forms a plan that merges Kane's strategic precision with Billy's bold risk-taking, a combination that could topple even the most entrenched corporate giant. At the heart of their scheme is a state-of-the-art AI program. Kane has secretly been developing an algorithm designed to analyze corporate vulnerabilities, predict stock fluctuations, and even simulate competitor reactions to high-level business moves. While AI in business is hardly unheard of, what makes their plan risky is the level of autonomy the system is allowed to have. The AI is programmed not just to analyze but to recommend aggressive tactics, sometimes unethical, always audacious. Essentially, Billy and Kane are trusting a machine to make decisions that could manipulate the market and shift corporate control in real time. The first phase of their plan focuses on Chancellor Industries' rivalry with Newman Enterprises. By feeding the AI real-time data on Newman corporate moves, stock performance, and insider leaks, Kane and Billy aim to predict Victor's next major strategy. They believe that by anticipating Victor's moves before he even knows them himself, they can exploit weaknesses, outmaneuver his team, and take a decisive lead. Of course, Victor Newman doesn't take betrayal lightly. Word of Billy's increasingly bold maneuvers has already reached him, sparking a fury that promises fireworks. Victor's instincts tell him that Billy is up to something dangerous, and anyone familiar with Newman Enterprises knows that when Victor smells a threat, he strikes back with precision and ruthlessness. While Billy and Kane plot in secret, Victor is quietly gathering intel, leaving viewers to wonder who will act first, and who will stumble into a trap. Meanwhile, the AI scheme is already stirring trouble within Chancellor Industries. Kane has quietly tested the algorithm on smaller operations within the company, and while the results are promising, they are also unpredictable. In one test scenario, the AI recommended a bold merger move that would have left a key client of Jabot in financial jeopardy. Kane initially hesitated, knowing that the ripple effects could extend far beyond their control. But Billy, ever the gambler, insisted that the risk was worth it. This tension between caution and boldness underscores their fragile partnership. One wrong move could cost them everything. Adding fuel to the fire, Phyllis Summers, who has long been an ally of Billy but also fiercely independent, begins to sense that something unusual is brewing. Her intuition tells her that Billy's focus on Chancellor Industries and the AI initiative is more than just corporate ambition, it's personal. As Phyllis begins to dig deeper, she finds herself caught in a moral and strategic dilemma. Does she warn Victor, remain loyal to Billy, or attempt to manipulate the situation for her own advantage? Her involvement promises to complicate matters in ways that could either strengthen or destroy Billy and Kane's alliance. Amid the corporate scheming, viewers are treated to tense personal dynamics. Kane, usually cool-headed, begins to feel the pressure as he navigates Billy's impulsive nature and the unpredictable recommendations of the AI. Billy, for his part, struggles to maintain control over a plan that is rapidly escalating beyond his expectations. Both men face high stakes. Financial ruin, personal betrayal, and public scandal all loom on the horizon. Every decision must be calculated, yet each move carries the thrill and terror of uncertainty. The climax of their early efforts comes when the AI identifies a vulnerability in Victor's recent business dealings, a potential merger opportunity that could give Chancellor Industries a significant advantage. Billy is ready to act immediately, eager to make a splash and prove his audacity. Kane, however, urges caution, warning that the AI's predictions, while precise, cannot account for the human element, particularly Victor's unpredictable response. The tension between impulsive action and calculated strategy sets the stage for a showdown that promises to captivate viewers and keep Genoa City buzzing. As the week unfolds, the consequences of the AI scheme become more apparent. Victor, alerted to unusual activity, launches a countermeasure that puts both Billy and Kane on the defensive. Their alliance is tested as secrets are exposed, risks multiply, and the line between strategic genius and reckless gamble blurs. Meanwhile, Phyllis's insights add another layer of intrigue, forcing viewers to question. Can Billy and Kane pull off this audacious takeover, or will Victor Newman remind Genoa City why he's the ultimate power broker? By the end of this storyline, viewers are left on the edge of their seats. Billy and Kane's risky alliance, the AI-driven corporate maneuvers, and the escalating tension with Victor promise a week of high-stakes drama, betrayal, and shocking twists. In true Young and the Restless fashion, the fallout will affect not only the corporate landscape, but the personal relationships and loyalties that define Genoa City. One thing is certain. In a game of power, AI, and ambition, only the boldest will survive, and even then survival comes with a price. Fans can expect explosive boardroom confrontations, whispered schemes in dimly lit offices, and heart-pounding sequences that blur the line between genius and folly. Billy and Kane's alliance, while promising, is fraught with peril, and the city is about to witness a corporate chess game where one wrong move could be catastrophic. Stay tuned, because the showdown between Billy, Kane, and Victor Newman is only just beginning. And in Genoa City, the stakes have never been enterprises trembled with tension as Victor Newman, ever the master of manipulation, silently plotted his next move. The boardroom was empty except for a single folder lying open on the mahogany table, containing reports, charts, and intelligence Victor had meticulously gathered over the past few days. He didn't just react, he orchestrated. Every word, every gesture, every whispered conversation was a calculated move in the game he'd dominated for decades. Victor's counterattack was not just about regaining power, it was about sending a message. The message was clear: no one, not even his closest rivals or former allies, could ever think they could outmaneuver him. The battle lines were drawn, and Victor knew exactly where to strike. His eyes, sharp as daggers, scanned the files again, memorizing the weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and secrets of those who dared challenge him. Across town, Jack Abbott sat in his office at Jabot, pacing back and forth. His mind was a storm of worry. He had always been strategic, cautious, and calculated, but this recent string of events had him uneasy. Victor's recent moves in Genoa City weren't just typical power plays, they were personal. And Jack, despite his confidence, felt the chill of uncertainty. Jack's concern wasn't misplaced. Victor's counterattack had already begun to ripple across the city's business landscape. Key alliances that had seemed unshakable were now teetering on the brink. Contracts were being reconsidered, partnerships dissolved, and whispers of betrayal filled the corridors of power. Jack knew the Newman patriarch. He was relentless, and he never forgave perceived slights. Every time Jack thought he had a handle on the situation, Victor found another angle, another opportunity to tighten his grip and assert dominance. Meanwhile, Victor's plans were anything but straightforward. In one of the more audacious moves, he targeted a network of investors who had begun leaning toward Jabot's projects, using a combination of charm, intimidation, and leverage only Victor could wield. There was a subtle brilliance in his strategy. He didn't just want the upper hand. He wanted to destabilize, to sow doubt and hesitation among Jack's allies. Every handshake, every investment, every deal was a carefully placed chess piece. Jack, on the other hand, faced an uphill battle. He wasn't dealing with an ordinary adversary. Victor Newman had an uncanny ability to anticipate moves, to exploit weaknesses, and to create chaos out of seemingly stable situations. Jack's instincts screamed that the coming days would test his patience, his resolve, and his capacity to maintain control over his empire. Every phone call, every meeting, even casual conversations could carry hidden threats. Complicating matters further was the delicate balance between Jack's personal and professional life. He had always worn his heart on his sleeve, but Victor's relentless counterattack meant Jack had to be constantly vigilant, not just at Jabot, but in his personal sphere as well. Friends could become foes, family could be pawns, and trust was a luxury Jack could no longer afford. Victor's moves were surgical, targeted, and above all unforgiving. In a rare moment of reflection, Jack sat at his desk, staring at a photo of his family. He knew the stakes were higher than just corporate control. This was about legacy, pride, and survival. Victor had made it abundantly clear. To challenge him was to risk everything. And yet, Jack couldn't back down. He had built Jabot from the ground up, survived his own battles, and faced countless adversaries. He would not allow Victor to trample over him or take what he had worked so hard to achieve. Victor, however, had the upper hand for now. In a dimly lit conference room at Newman Enterprises, he outlined his next steps to a small circle of trusted allies. "The city thinks they know me," he said, his voice calm but carrying a weight that sent shivers down spines. "They don't. They underestimate me, and that's where they make their mistake." Every word was deliberate, every pause strategic. Victor was not just planning to win. He was planning to humiliate, to remind everyone why his name carried such power. Jack's worries grew as he received word that key stakeholders in several Jabot ventures were reconsidering their positions. It was subtle at first, a delayed response, a vague concern, but Jack recognized the pattern. Victor was tightening the screws, applying pressure in ways that were almost invisible but deeply effective. The message was unmistakable. Retreat was not an option, but neither was a misstep. In the midst of the tension, Jack tried to rally his team, emphasizing unity and vigilance. Yet there was a gnawing unease. Even his most loyal allies seemed to hesitate, questioning the security of their positions and the longevity of Jabot's influence. Victor's shadow loomed large, and for the first time in months, Jack wondered if he could truly anticipate Victor's next move. Victor, on the other hand, was already several steps ahead. He had anticipated Jack's strategies, preempted his moves, and exploited the tiniest cracks in his defenses. It wasn't just about business. It was about reputation, legacy, and demonstrating who ruled Genoa City. Every action was calculated to ensure that Jack, and anyone allied with him, felt the weight of Victor's presence. The battle between Victor and Jack was more than a clash of business titans. It was a test of strategy, courage, and endurance. Each man had carved a legacy through power, ambition, and resilience. Yet the question loomed: who would emerge stronger? Would Victor's ruthless cunning finally overpower Jack's determination and ingenuity? Or would Jack find an unexpected maneuver to turn the tide? As night fell over Genoa City, both men prepared for the challenges ahead. Victor's counterattack was fully underway, a relentless campaign of influence, intimidation, and precision. Jack's concerns, meanwhile, grew sharper, his mind racing to find solutions, to anticipate every possible move Victor could make. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shape the future of both empires, and neither man was willing to concede an inch. In this high-stakes game, there were no guarantees, no room for error, and no second chances. Victor Newman was a force to be reckoned with, but Jack Abbott was no stranger to adversity. The tension between them crackled like electricity, promising that every move, every decision, every word spoken in the coming days could have consequences far beyond what anyone imagined. And as Genoa City held its breath, one thing was certain. In the battle of Victor's counterattack versus Jack's growing concerns, the drama was only beginning.